Hello to all my fellow Gen X patriots out there. I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And today I'm going to talk about whether or not the mainstream media is really dead. Now, unless you've been asleep for the last 10, 15 years, you should realize how much of that system, that mechanism has been exposed by Donald Trump. Just the lies that they've told about him, the hypocrisy, the constant accusations, Russiagate, collusion, the fraudulent charges that they constantly brought up against him. And he pulled back the curtain on the mainstream media and really exposed them for who they are. Now, these older institutions, the MSNBC, the NBC, the CBS, and all that stuff, they're dying. They're going to fade away. You know, they're on the ground twitching right now, breathing their last breath. And now we have these alternative media taking over, rising up. But I see unsettling similarities in these new platforms, these new media personalities, and it should be concerning for everyone. So I'm going to point it out here. We're Gen X, so I don't expect y'all to get upset if I start pointing fingers and pointing out things that your favorite personality is doing. I might be guilty of it sometimes myself. I try not to be, but everybody's human, everybody's fallible. But I see, and I've been seeing for the last 4 years, all of this stuff in the alternative, the individual reporter, the alternative media, all this stuff about World War III. World War III, it's right around the corner. We're all, everyone's going to die. The Democrats are going to start World War III. They're Putin's finger's right on the button. He's just waiting for Biden to do the wrong thing, and it's World War III. The nukes are going to start flying. It's just, Lord have mercy. It's the end of the world. Doom. So they're all becoming these doomsayers that we are used to. Gen X, we're used to this shit. They've been crying World War III for literally 40 years that I can remember. When I was younger than that, I didn't pay attention to it. But I know for a fact they've been talking about World War III for 40 years. And now these independent journalists and these supposedly, alternative media, and they're supposed to be the opposite of the legacy old school shit. And they're doing the same thing. That got me thinking, why? Why are they doing this shit? And once you put a little bit of brain power to it, it's pretty obvious. It's for clicks, it's for attention, it's for money. The more people they get to read or watch their video or whatever, then that's how they make money. So they're basically forced to put the biggest headline up there that'll grab people's attentions. And World War III is a good one, I guess, to grab people's attention because a lot of them do it. So, and that isn't horrible in itself. World War III gets you some clicks, that's not horrible in itself, but that leads down a bad path, a dangerous path for media. And we need to be aware of the path. Because say, me for instance, let's say I make a video about World War III. The doom, it's coming, we're all gonna die, everybody, click on my links and buy my stuff or whatever to help, or we're all gonna die, it's World War III. Say I make a video like that. Let's say it's really successful, which would be a bad thing, honestly, because then, let's say for a couple months, I make a bunch of money and my lifestyle raises a little bit, and now that whole episode passes, and how do I maintain that lifestyle? How do I get those clicks? The same clicks that I got with World War III. Well, I've got to find another another attention grabber, another doom, another World War III. And if my situation, my personal situation is bad enough, well, I just might make something up. I just might invent something. Just this one time, just to get me through this tough time. My daughter needs medicine, my son needs braces. My wife's bugging me about a new car. I'm just going to, make this one thing up, this one story up, just to get me through some tough times, and then I'll get back on track. Or maybe somebody will come up to me with a story. Hey, we need you to say this. You've got a lot of followers, and we want you to say this. Run this story this week, and all your financial troubles will go away. Maybe somebody would do that, right? So I think a lot of people would do that, honestly, if we're being honest. And I think that's the way the media gets swung off its axis, gets taken off its course of just portraying the truth to the people and allowing them to judge for themselves. That's what it's supposed to be about. Not about World War III is going to happen tomorrow because the Democrats are lunatics. That's not representing the truth, because World War III isn't happening. So that's not true. And it wasn't true yesterday when somebody said it, because World War III isn't happening now. So they're lies. Democrats might be lunatics. That might be the only thing that's true in that statement. And even if it is, with 1 day notice or a 1 week notice or whatever, I personally cannot run down, kick in the Oval Office door, and snatch the pen out of Biden's hand. So what am I going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. That's what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to worry about it while I'm at work and not pay attention and screw something up and have to redo it. And so devoting my time and attention to that is not beneficial to me at all. It's only beneficial to the person who's making money off of it. I'm not saying we shouldn't be up to date with real facts and real news, but all this doomsaying shit should be ignored. And I'm guilty of it, because I'll see World War III on there and I'll be interested and start to watch the video, but then I'll think about it. I was like, I don't want to hear that shit. Either it's going to happen or it's not. There's nothing I can do about it. Absolutely nothing. It's too late. Even if I could get all of Gen X together and all of us rally in the next couple months, it's still the government, the system there, will do what it does. There's not enough time. It's going to take years to fix this stuff. And Joanne pointed this out in the comments. Probably the most important thing Trump has done is to expose mainstream media, the Department of Justice, the entire system, our government system with its hooks into the mainstream media, its hooks into Facebook and what was Twitter. I hope Elon Musk, took those hooks out of X, which it looks like he has, but only time will tell. So, yeah, Trump exposed all of that stuff, and I think he deserves credit and thanks for that at the very least. All the other stuff he's done, tried to do, failed at doing, accomplished, but had erased by the system, had withdrawn, those are all good things too. But the one lasting thing that they cannot erase, they cannot take away, is our awareness. We are aware of them now. We are aware of the media. We are aware of the hypocritical government behind them. So what I'd like to say today is, to sum this up, is just be aware of the motivations behind all this doomsaying stuff, these big headlines with the World War III and this and that. Just be aware before you give it your attention, before you give it your click, before you support that with your time. Realize what it is. Realize that there's an agenda there, even if it's just a personal, not a progressive, liberal, wackadoo agenda, just a personal agenda. Should we be supporting that kind of media? Should we be supporting these kind of messages? These bigger than life headlines, doom-saying, the end of the world shit. I just think it's time for, we have the power to direct this right now. It's just now forming. It's just now coming into its own. We have the power to direct it with our attention, with our clicks. Because if we don't pay attention to it, if it doesn't get clicks, then they won't make it. They won't make that kind of episode. They won't put out that kind of message because nobody pays attention to it. And I'll leave you there with that. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to become a member of Gen X Thinks and support our channel and our message, I'll put that link down in the description for you to do so, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can always do so by clicking on that super thanks button down there. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Or you can head over to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I'll put that link down in the description too. If you're interested in Gen X gear, you can head over to Redbubble and check out the stuff we have over there. Gen X Thinks and Gen X branded stuff. T-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, all kinds of cool stuff over there. I'll put that link down in the description. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That helps out a lot. Thank you very much to those of you who do that. I really appreciate it. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.